Good evening, my name is Minzy. This is my funeral tie. I'm here to discuss Chelsea 3-2 West Ham. Like I said in my previous video, some of these videos are being made in Dubai, and which included Crystal Palace reaction and my reaction to the Arsenal defeat in the Carabao Cup. The one against Napoli and West Ham. I've come back from Dubai to do these videos. Like I said, busy at work, and then I'm on holiday in Dubai. I got a right to enjoy myself. I got a right to enjoy the sunshine a tiny wee bit. But of course, this game happened after the Napoli game on the 31st of January, last game of the month, and you could not have asked for a more amazing, high-throttled, beautiful game of football. I really enjoyed it. I don't think West Ham fans would agree with that at all. Now they are pretty much in the mire in this relegation battle that they're faced in, but listen to me when I say this. For a neutral, it had everything. It had a miraculous 2-0 lead for a team that is battling for championship relegation. It then had a remarkable comeback. I don't think many people wanted to see that comeback, but anywho, it did have a remarkable comeback in the last minute, and it had a massive scrap along right at the end. It's what people want to watch at the end of the day. This is what we've come for. This is what the Premier League is all about. This is the game where nobody could give a flying fuck about defending. That was gone out the window. Fuck the defence. It was literally attack versus attack, both in a football sense and in a physical brawl sense. And West Ham fans would probably say they won at least one of them. They probably should have won the other one as well, or at least have deserved a point in that game, because fucking hell, Badiasio, Garnacho and Gittins were absolutely cooked on that left-hand side. Every single attack came on our left, on our West Ham's right. We were absolutely shit. Garnacho, whoever sanctioned that move from Clear Blue, all right? I told you, I'm calling you Clear Blue from now on. If you're going to change our fucking club to CFC LDN, I'm calling you Clear Blue because you consistently impregnate us and you consistently fuck us over. Whoever sanctioned that move needs a... I do not... it's like what Patrice ever said. You do not ever, advocate for violence, but someone needs a good slap. Someone needs a good slap for whoever sanctioned that move. He misplaced every single pass. There was one time he misplaced it 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row, and I don't think I've ever had a bigger aneurysm than that one manoeuvre from Garnacho. Jesus Christ. What the fuck was I watching from Alejandro Garnacho, okay? Gittins, I don't know why he was placed on that left side, but he was absolutely useless. He was getting burnt alive, and Garnacho wasn't helping him. He was getting cooked consistently by Wan-Bissaka and Bowen. My God, Wan-Bissaka, Bowen, Pablo. They all had a field day in the first half, and at the beginning of the second half as well. Don't forget that. West Ham should have been well out of this game. They should have really put us in the mud. They should have probably reversed the 5-1 scoreline we dunked on them very early on in the season. They really should have done. They went 1-0 up. And again, a move on their right. Like I said, West Ham absolutely cooked us on that on our left-hand side. It's a ball back from Wan-Bissaka, I think, that goes to Bowen, who whips in a wonderful cross on that right side. Pablo, he sticks a foot out, and it just does Sanchez. He just didn't obviously read it, and he goes into all the way into the back of the net. As a goalkeeper myself, I can't really fault Sanchez for that, because it's one of those where even I'm looking at the touch from Pablo. If he gets the boot onto it, then I'll have to change my direction. All right, fair enough. I'm also anticipating the one that goes where he doesn't get a touch onto the ball and it goes all the way into the bottom left-hand corner of the net. I'll probably be anticipating that as well. But it's one of those where I think any old goalkeeper, doesn't matter if you're a Premier League or below amateur level like me, or super beginner amateur level like me. I think it's going in. No one as a goalkeeper. And it's very unfortunate. You are looking at that Pablo touch. He just wasn't ready for it, unfortunately. It's a horrible one to deal with as a goalkeeper. 1-0 down we went. Then they go 2-0. We go 2-0 down. They move on the right side again. Bowen passes it on to Wan-Bissaka on the right. He gets into the byline. He cuts it back to Somerville, who hammers a shot into the top right-hand corner of the net. This was 2-0 West Ham. I couldn't tell who was Chelsea. I couldn't tell who was West Ham. You couldn't tell who was fighting for Champions League places / who was trying to survive relegation. It was a frightening start from West Ham. 2-0 they went up. It's one of those where we could probably have a moan that Chelsea's fixtures are congested and we didn't have too much of a resting period and we didn't have too much of a pre-season. Okay, we've had an extension of the season with the Club World Cup where we've thankfully won it, beaten the champions of France. And then we also are involved in Champions League football, so we also, on the way there, beat the champions of Spain. We then also beat the champions of Italy in the Champions League, and we also beat the champions of England in Liverpool. I am talking to you, Jamie Carragher. Not that you'll ever watch this video, but hey, we've beaten all the champions of the world. So this is why we're Club World Cup champions, eh? But West Ham were absolutely rogering us from behind as Club World Cup champions. Perhaps we should have been donating the Club World Cup title to them for the way they were destroying our backsides in. It was an absolute nightmare. Half-time whistle came. West Ham are 2-0 up. They probably should have been 3-0 up when a shot from Bowen got saved as well. But then we do make it 2-1, and it was a ring of substitutes. Gittins, Garnacho and Badiashile, the main offenders, were taken off. Fofana, Cucurella and João Pedro were brought in, and it was Fofana's marauding run on the right side. He puts in a cross. I think Gary Neville called it almost Kevin De Bruyne-esque with that cross into the back stick. And João Pedro nods it in, and I agree with it. It was a wonderful cross. It was a wonderful cross. It brought us back into the game, 2-1. Almost made it 2-2 straight away when Gusto passes to Caicedo. He has a long-range belt, and I thought it was in. I thought it went arrowed into the top left-hand corner. He's done it before. Think Liverpool. He almost done the same thing, but the goalkeeper tipped it over the bar just about. But then we do get our equaliser. Pedro Neto whips in across from the left side. It goes to the back stick to Gusto, who does wonderfully to loop the header back across goal. It comes off the crossbar. Kilman does his best to try clear it. Was he getting slightly shoved by Delap? I don't think so. At the end of the day, he's going for the ball, but Kilman does brilliantly to head it onto the crossbar again. But it falls kindly to Cucurella, who heads into an on-guard net. 2-2. Game on. And then West Ham should have won the game, really. They really should have done when their Fernandes from a deep free kick on the left-hand side puts it into the back stick. It gets to Thomas Soucek. His cross is blocked. It comes back to him. His second cross from the right, Caicedo mishits it. It just bounces off of him and it falls very nicely to Debo. More about him in a second. He should have scored. He should have scored, but he smacks the outside of the post, and it's still 2-2 at this point. You're thinking, oh God, where is this game going? And then came history in the making. Apparently Chelsea have never won in a game in which they were 2-0 down at half-time. Palmer passes it into Caicedo in the middle, who threads it to João Pedro. He makes a run, he cuts the ball back. Fernandes, he bounces the ball into the ground, into the bottom right-hand corner. Cue absolute pandemonium at the Matthew Harding stand. I was jumping up and down in this room. I went to bed at around 11 o'clock. I woke up at 5 o'clock for this game after my horrendous busy night shift, shall we say. What a game. What a game, what a game, what a game. 3-2. But of course, it doesn't end there. There has to be a massive scrap. We don't like each other, all right? We do not like each other at all, Chelsea and West Ham. All right, we're London enemies for a reason. It's East London versus West London, and it became a right old scrap. All right, at the end of the day, West Ham fans are fighting relegation. They should have won this game, but they lost it at the last minute. Of course, they're going to get angry. Of course, they're going to get very angry. But I have to say, as much as it may have been funny to watch Adama Traore absolutely send Mark Cucurella on a one-way flight to Dakar International Airport, it's your fault. You're the one who fucking started it for no reason. He's already on the floor. He's already on the fucking floor. There was no need for you to ragdoll him into Southeast Asia. There was no need for that. There was absolutely no need for that. That was a prick of a move when a man is already on the floor. You deserve that shove from João Pedro. And the mistake that João Pedro made was allowing Wan-Bissaka to orient himself and realise what has just happened to him. Once you've done that, yeah, I'll be honest, if I did that, I'll be running too. I'll be running shitless. Fuck that, I ain't taking... No one's taking on Adama Traore, let alone me. Do you know what I mean? But since you've already shoved him, you don't allow him to recover. You just keep going for it and get yourself sent off. I mean, we've had about 20 red cards this season. You might as well make it 21 at this point, mate. Just keep going for it. But you allowed him to recover. Now he's even more pissed off. So, of course, he's going to go for you. But nobody ever talks about Fofana coming in. No, nobody talks about Fofana coming in and giving Adama Traore a little bit of a big one. Didn't do much there when a tall, lanky, lovely fella in Fofana comes up and stoops over Adama Traore. Nobody talked about that. Fofana more or less held his own there. But Todibo, you're a disgrace. You're an absolute fucking disgrace for what you did. Holding your hands and throttling João Pedro. You're an absolute fucking disgrace, you are. You need to be arrested. That's GBH. If I did that out in public, I'll be rightfully behind bars. That is GBH. That shouldn't be a 3-month ban. It should be banned permanently. Absolute nonsense. Well, I don't know what possessed you to go after him like that. Why? You weren't involved in this fight, lad. And you went off and called GBH. I told you should be in jail for that fucking nonsense. Absolute nonsense. And like I said in my last video, red flags. Don't allow someone to change your goalposts for you, yeah? Don't allow anyone to change your goalposts for you. West Ham, I hope you get fucking relegated. Fuck you lot. Fuck off. Fuck off to the Championship. I hope you never come back up again. Fuck off. I don't want to see you guys come back up. Go get relegated. Go on, fuck off. Get relegated. I've got no sympathies for you. And I'm sure you'd feel the same way if the roles were reversed. So, fuck off, West Ham. Chelsea 3, West Ham 2. Obviously, we know what happened against Arsenal. We got absolutely humiliated. I've already made my match reactions to that in Dubai. I'll upload them all sequentially, although it will look a bit silly starting off in Dubai with the Crystal Palace video, then coming back here for the reaction to Napoli and then West Ham, and then going back out to Dubai again for my match reactions to Arsenal. But at least they're all done. How long it would take to upload these videos, I don't know, because my internet is absolutely shocking and shite. But, oh well, just in time before Chelsea play Wolverhampton Wanderers. We'll see what happens there. Maybe we might give them a 5-0 head start and see if we can make history and win 6-5. Who knows? Who knows? Because at the end of the day, I don't know what Chelsea are going to turn up anymore. We've got too many duds. They need to be gotten rid of. We need to get proven defenders, not recalling fucking Sarr from Strasbourg or wherever we loaned him out to back into the starting lineup again. Jesus Christ, this team just gives me a fucking aneurysm. I can't take this. Wallahi, I can't take this. I can't take this anymore. Please, just have a routine victory against Wolverhampton today. Please, for the sake of my fucking heart and my little ticker, please keep it at a nice sinus rhythm. Don't make it go into ventricular fibrillation and cardiac arrest. Please, just have a nice normal game against fucking Wolves. Please, that's all I fucking ask. Anywho, over and out. Au revoir. I need another smoke. and I'll see you for that match reaction.